So the new Terminator film has a trailer, Dark Fate it's called, coming out in October of this year, and it's just come out on the internet a couple of days ago, so expect a lot of magazine and newspaper articles that begin with, well, they said he'd be back, and he is.
Welcome to your doom. Shut it and get over here. Massive uppercuts!
Hello and welcome to another edition of the JabJab Show. Yeah, so the new Terminator film, Terminator Dark Fate, coming out in October. The trailer's just arrived on the internet and it's got tons of views and things, and I'm a big fan of certainly the first two Terminators. I've watched them all and big fan, so I thought, okay, I'm going to make a video, talk about what's some of the things in the Terminator trailer, and you know, obviously, and my opinions and so forth. I like a lot of people, the kind of series has gone a little bit downhill since then. What has to be remembered, you know, be kind of like, you know, taking notice of, is I felt the Terminator 3 had its moments, and the main problem I think with the Terminator Salvation and Terminator Genesis is they were both intended trilogy starters. They were intended to have more films after them, but because they didn't, because of financial reasons and the critical assessment of them, meant that, you know, obviously they didn't go forward with those. This new Terminator film would disregard everything past Terminator 2, so it's a sequel, it's a real Terminator 3 if you will. James Cameron's back, he got the rights back to the Terminator I think of last year, so I was thinking, oh, wonder if he's gonna, like, you know, do anything with that. I thought he might have done, but as you probably know, he's making 4 new Avatar films, which the world obviously needs another 4 Avatar films. Tim Miller is directing this new Terminator film. I do like Tim Miller. I think he's like very articulate and things. He did the first Deadpool film. He's done a bunch of other like credits as well. In terms of the trailer, I don't know. I feel it does reveal rather too much, perhaps. You know, I think it falls into the same problems I had with the trailer for Terminator Salvation and Terminator Genesis, where it revealed a lot of things like plot, you know, the story, and you know, what this robot can do, what that robot can do, who's this person, who's that person, and I feel this does fall into that same trap. So I mean, obviously I want them to hold back on a few things, but you know, after watching the trailers for those films and watching the films, I'm thinking, well, they didn't really hold anything back. Every big reveal, every like story advancement that's hinted at in the trailer is what happened in the film. So you know, I was a little disappointed. I do feel they had moments in those films, but as I say, because they were both intended trilogy starters, and obviously they didn't do anything with them, they sit awkwardly in the whole series. Now obviously they can say, well, it's a different timeline, all that, you know, it messes with time. The whole thing with timelines and stuff is, you know, a thing of the Terminator series, so they can just like, yeah, we're not going to bother with them. They happen, but in a different timeline. It hints that Mackenzie Davis's character has been not completely human, and it kind of says that in the trailer. It kind of feels like Marcus, played by Sam Worthington in Terminator Salvation, like he thinks he's human, but he's actually not. Things like that. You know, it hints at more than that. And plus, I think the main villain, it appears to be the main villain. He's kind of a T-1000, but he can also project a second version of himself. I'm not too sure exactly the kind of the wording that they're going to use in the film, but it does look cool. But again, I think unless they have something on top of that, like, you know, that they're holding back from, then that kind of like spoils it a little bit. So I don't personally like trailers like this, because, you know, they've done it in the past. I mean, you can say, you look at the Star Wars trailers, you look at the Avengers trailers, you know, the Marvel stuff, they can show you a lot of stuff, but you come away thinking, oh, what happens? You don't know what happens. It's cool to have Linda Hamilton back as Sarah Connor. I mean, they did get her back for they recorded some audio for Terminator Salvation, but she's back properly, and you know, they're not pretending. It's in story terms, it's the day after the events of Terminator 2. Obviously, Linda Hamilton looks as old as she is. They've not de-aged her at all. There's an intrigue there, what she's been doing in the meantime and things. John Connor's supposed to show up. There's a rumour there. You know, get a likeness of Edward Furlong, and you know, they do something with him. So there's that. So there are going to be other things in, you know, that obviously that I feel they're going to hold back. They should hold back on. to give the film a bit of intrigue. You know, as usually what happens with these big films is like this is the first trailer. They show a lot of stuff in this first trailer, because you got to think, you know, this is coming out in October, so potentially they have another 2 trailers or something. They show more, then they show more in the progressive trailers, and then the film comes out. What rating is this film going to be? I've not read. It's going to be in the UK in 18 or 15. I would like it to be so. I would like, you know, you can do a lot with a 15 rated film now. You know, I think the second one is still rated 15, so classed as 15. These machines, these are killing machines. They should be a threat. They should be scary. They shouldn't be cannon fodder, which I felt they were. You know, the T-800s were cannon fodder in Terminator Salvation. It just seemed to me like you can pull a gun out, put a few bullets in it, and you kill them. The threat has seriously diminished from what they were like in certainly the T-800s in the first film, and obviously the T-1000s, and you know, and all the rest of it. You know, there seems to be a lot more of a threat then. I think it reflects the rating as well. I don't want it to be 12A, if I'm honest, just for the integrity of it. You know, with James Cameron back on board, I feel it probably could be a higher rating, which I feel would be more in tune with the first 2 films, if that's the kind of timeline which they're going with. They can't just suddenly have like comedy Terminators. They can just, like, you know, they don't like vinegar, let's pour some vinegar on them and kill them. You know, you can't have silly things. There's got to be a real threat, just to keep with the continuity of the first 2 films. So, but what I did like about the trailers, I think they got the look like more in line with the second one, more like any of the other films. The other films were just off the one thing. They had the moments, but this one looks like, you know, they got the shots of the vistas. They've got the open road shots of like Linda Hamilton's voiceover. You know, talking about fate and things like that. You know, it's more in line with what's happened in the first 2 films in the series. But you're gonna watch it. What's your favourite Terminator film in the series? Anything like that, just let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching and all that, and tell your friends and everything. And in the words of the new Cyrus, send the word.